almost everyone this morning said that the one thing that had impacted their life most during the past months was Gaza. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Gaza and being there as a Swedish journalist and trying to report about what happened there, of course, after everything happened, because we weren't allowed in. But first, let me say something about mainstream media. I've just been having dinner with representatives from indie media, and of course, mainstream media doesn't sound very exciting, and which is very true. Most research shows that mainstream media, when it comes to conflicts, follows their own country's foreign policy very closely, which sounds very depressing, because we journalists tend to like to think of ourselves as brave and challenging and non-mainstream, even though we belong to mainstream media. And this, of course, was very evident during the Iraq War, American journalism, during the beginning of the Iraqi War. It was very evident during the Vietnam War as well, and of course Israeli journalism during the Gaza War, which to many non-Israelis was extremely shocking, because most of us had read Israeli journalists in Haaretz and so on for many years, and suddenly they were all pro-war. This, however, is nothing uncommon. This almost slavishly follows the rule that mainstream journalists very rarely challenge foreign policy decisions, not until the public opinion has shifted, which was of course the case during the Vietnam War, which was of course the case during the Iraqi War. I hate to admit this, but this is the case. Journalists are sort of the tail of the public opinion, not vice versa. However, where does that leave more or less neutral countries like Sweden in a sort of limbo, although most of us are pretty tranquilized by EU policies that our country follows, even though I think that more Swedish journalists than other European journalists were able to be much more independent when it came to reporting the Gaza war, and the EU countries' reactions when we saw Angela Merkel and Nicolas Sarkozy having dinner with Ehud Olmert, kissing him on the cheeks while they were burying the dead in Gaza. I don't think that a Swedish representative would have been there, and this was something that Swedish media were quite critical of, as opposed to other media. A couple of points on what I feel is important as a Swedish journalist trying to describe the Middle East in mainstream media. There are a couple of key words: details, precision, presence, and some kind of human touch and empathy to make people that you describe human. Usually you need to make them, one good method is to make people laugh at themselves, and I'm going to give you an example.